All right, chiquitas. Well, you know, it wouldn't be me if I did not bring you the tea. It's Bravo News, ladies. All right. So seriously, actually, so we recently talked about on Family Karma, Amrith came out to his grandmother, and that was beautiful to watch. And last week on Instagram, Amrith regrettably announced the passing of his beloved Nani. He posted a beautiful tribute, a compilation video of Nani dancing and spending time with her family and friends and loved ones. And it's just so hard to lose a grandparent, especially after, this major experience that happened with him and Nani. So we at A Black Girls Bravo are sending our love, and condolences to the entire Kapai family on this huge loss. To lose the matriarch of a family is definitely something that is not easy. I've been through it myself. And so just extending love to them during this time.
Definitely.
So moving on, if you guys remember, one of the Potomac season trailers was the women of the cast singing along to, y'all know, I wish that I could have this moment for life. That was the jam back when we were in school, right? Like that was like freshman year, sophomore year. I remember playing that at some pre-games. So Potomac did their own remix, and it was called Potomac for Life. On one of the trailers, we had all the cast members singing along to words that somebody made up. Well, this got back to the Barbs, Queen Barbs herself, Nicki Minaj. And her team wasted no time. They got to work. So Nicki Minaj actually posted on her story screenshots of text between her and her publicist. And her publicist said that Andy Cohen would gladly give up his seat so that Nicki Minaj could host the Potomac reunion. I just have to say, if this happens, it could be a wonderful moment in history. And I'm not a huge Nicki Minaj fan. Well, I don't want to say that. I'm not a Barbs. Okay. But I feel like Nicki Minaj, like we can't deny the fact that us as millennials, like Nicki Minaj has played a huge part in just our musical experiences as, 28, 29, 30-year-olds. Yep. So I'm here for it. Then a couple days ago, Nicki posted on her page, she posted the season trailer with the caption, "I'll be hosting the reunion. Let me know what y'all want me to ask, child."
You gotta say it like her. You gotta say it like her. Y'all gotta tell me what I need to ask how. Now you gotta say it like how she says it. Okay. Because literally that is exactly how I read it when I read that. I read it exactly in her voice.
Like Nicki. Okay.
Like, so child. Anyway, so
the commentary is going to be A1 and what we want. Okay. I think that if this is real news and Andy is willing to literally give the baton over to Nicki Minaj, job well done.
I think a lot of people fail to remember. And maybe I guess I was maybe more of a Barbs than I even thought I was back.
Didn't she go to school for journalism?
No, she went to school for theater.
Oh, makes sense.
She's a thespian, okay? I feel like people undermine Nicki Minaj and her overall skills. And while I say like I don't own every album, I've never even listened to every album that she's had, but I respect her as an artist and a performance artist. And her skills that she has. And I really do think that she will be good at hosting the reunion.
Yeah,
I do too.
Big question is, has she been watching Potomac? And if she already has like, some questions of her own that she's going to throw into the mix, because that's what we need. We need the spice. This is what I've been asking for. I've been asking for a little switch up of the moderator. No offense, Andy, but I think we need it. Actually, not a thing. We definitely need it because there are questions that need to be probed that the audience need answers to. And I think, think Nikki has definitely shown me in her whole entire career that she'll ask those questions, no matter how explicit, no matter how steamy it might be. She'll find a way to ask the questions that we want to hear. And so I kind of am Team Nikki for hosting.
I'm definitely Team Nikki for hosting. I think that she'll be good with the reunion. I would love to see somebody else host a reunion other than
Same.
No
that
tea,
might
no
just
shade. But I think Nikki would be good. I think that her talent and her, like, we need a Black woman to host these reunions with Black casts.
To speak
I just would love to see it.
Exactly. I need y'all to be speaking to the things that we are constantly commenting on and getting to the Karen and Giselle T the way that I need for somebody to unpack that.
And I think she really watches, because when she had made the first post, Karen Huger had commented and Nikki was like, I know something about being a grand dame. So like, I think Nikki is a Potomac fan, and I honestly think that this could be like what we need in 2021, especially after the last few reunions.
Ratings are going to go up. I mean, the thing about growth in general in any of these markets, in order for you to grow, you got to expand your reach, right? So they're about to now attract all the barbs that may have never even watched an episode of Potomac to now partner with Bravo Network, and now they're going to grow. So they're going to get viewership regardless, because one, we want to see what Nikki going to wear, okay? We definitely need to see the wig that she's going to put on, okay? The barbs are ready, and I think that this is a smart play, and I hope it's played correctly.
Same.
I agree completely. So I am very excited to see how this plays out. Nikki, holla at us.
Hey.
We're going to be watching regardless, because I love Potomac.
You support him.
We all love Potomac. Anyway, moving on. This next piece of news. It's pretty straightforward, down to the point. Kelly Dodd has always been and continues to be trash.
Last minute, we decided to add this to the news, so we got to touch on Lollapalooza.
I just feel like it's a slap in the face to business owners that have had to be innovative and really be creative with the ways in which they keep their businesses open. We've seen everything. We've seen those bubbles at restaurants. We've seen places offering discounts on basically private events, whether it be at the movies, a restaurant.
I was going to say a whole theater you can have to yourself right now.
Right. So, I mean, I just think for them to do this big festival is irresponsible, and it's disrespectful to the people that have been suffering, which is really all of us for the last year and a half.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, people travel far and wide, and I understand, like, yes, everybody's so excited, a festival, yay, we can come out and do something. But like, literally, y'all like so irresponsibly did this that there won't be another right now. Like, okay, it's like, you guys,
why are they rushing to do it anyway?
I mean, it's like, so this was much anticipated. Everybody, obviously, the second that we found out that there was even a lineup for like half of these festivals right now, when we found out that they were releasing a lineup, Made in America is coming up soon in Philly. Like, we're so excited. Like, oh my God, festival season is returning. We've been idle.
Wait, are they doing a Made in America this year?
Made in America is happening in Philadelphia this year. Yes. And then the headliners have dropped. We shall see how this plays out, because that is September. And right now, the way that Delta variant is moving, we're going to have to see. But the thing is, like, I 100% agree. We have been putting so much effort in trying to preserve these events because we have been yearning to step out of our house and to do this. And then you see photos like this where poor practices all over the place. And now it's just like, we're about to go right back to square zero, or we're going to go right back to zero, where we're going to have to cancel every event because there's no practices put in place. Like, I understand that it's difficult. Everybody understands that it's difficult, but you got to practice safe measures. What was the max capacity for this festival? If y'all kept the festival at the same numbers that you did in 2018, 2019, then you guys are being irresponsible. So this happened in Chicago. I'm not familiar with Chicago's mandate, Illinois' mandate right now, but when it comes down to it, I'm pretty sure y'all still have a max capacity that's going on because of this pandemic. And none of that should have been lifted for the sake of a festival. Y'all didn't lift that in 2020. Why y'all lifting it now? And especially, I mean, okay, tickets were sold. We got to factor that in, but y'all should have already had a cap on this. Y'all can't
occupy. I understand that they wanted to, understand wanting to save your business, number one. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is a huge name festival that has been happening for years. Mm-hmm. I understand. But I feel like it's a festival. People are going to go if they want to go. Clearly, we saw 180,000 people go to this festival. So you can go ahead and get innovative. They could have had igloos. Yep. They could have had the tents. They could have set up actual stands so that people were safely distanced. But I think in the United States, capitalism is really the ruler of everything. It's profit, profit, profit. And we're not valuing human lives anymore. And it's really sad to see. Yeah. I mean, it's sad from watching that the planners and the managers and the event coordinators even went this far as to plan this. But it's also sad to see how many people who were in that crowd who may be essential workers, how many people in that crowd who may be anti-vax and are still around family and friends, whether they have vaccines or not. I mean, it's just really, it's one of those moments where you really do lose faith in humanity because we are supposed to all be in this together. We've all been affected. I don't know a single person that doesn't know anybody that has had COVID. I don't know anybody.
I don't know anyone either.
Just to see this blatant disregard for human lives and the fact that we are still in the pandemic is disgusting. Like, it's just disgusting.
It is. I feel that. Because I definitely, it resonates with me as a state of disgust. Like,
right. Especially you being somebody that has first-handedly been affected by events having to change
completely
and warp
completely, like literally taking a festival that has happened for over 20 years running in a physical space to a virtual space. Not at all an easy job, but guess what? It is possible. And the thing is, for me, just like you stated here, it is this level of just disgust. Like, I work hard and I made sure when I spoke to the logistics team, like, how can we still keep this festival going, but practicing safe measures, because that is something I care about. That I care about the people that attend my event. What does it say about the organization and all the sponsors and all the people that now have promoted this festival, this experience, all for all these people to now be experiencing a hospital bill a few weeks from now? You know, what does it say about the organizers if they couldn't even factor in the logistics, how to keep their attendance safe? So it's a hard pill to swallow. And it does kind of put this nasty feeling in the pit of your stomach. Like, do you care about humanity? Do you understand that this is a global problem? And like, people travel from all over to come to this festival for these artists that are going to be performing on the stage. Like, it's not just US citizens. Who knows who attended? And also, like, y'all still need to be doing tracing. We're in a pandemic. How are people overhearing from the person behind them that they may be positive for COVID and they were allowed into the venue?
Okay.
That's scary. Tracing still needs to happen. And I'm very nervous for, what the outcome is going to be in a couple of weeks, because obviously it's a waiting game with this one.
People were not like with any festival. Not everybody lives in Chicago.
Exactly.
People were traveling for this festival.
Exactly. So now it's a super spreader event. Like you never seen
it. It was definitely a super duper spreader. People are going home. I guarantee you, because a lot of them were young people at this festival. And just, I feel like statistically speaking, a lot of them probably work in the service industry and are in contact with people every day in their work lives, working at restaurants, convenience stores, retail, those sorts of things. And we hate to see it. And I honestly wish that it was different. Like, I don't even know what else to say besides the fact that, like, it's so selfish when you get to a point where, like, people are waiting for safe windows to see people that they haven't seen in years.
Yeah,
like, I literally am waiting for a safe window to come back to the States to see my parents.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
My parents.
That's where we're at.
Not even turn up with y'all.
No. See loved ones. Like, I mean, girl, the book runs long about how this pandemic and like not being able to visit, move freely has really hindered like so many things. Like can't attend church, can't attend funerals, can't see people, can't visit people. People are in their final days, sick with other diseases, can't go to the hospital and even deal with that. People going for asthma attacks, can't even get a bed or get visitation, can't deal with the bare minimal things that you thought, oh, I'm just going to go to the hospital for, can't even access the hospital because there's not enough beds because we're in a pandemic, and people need to understand that. And now we have a spike happening. And if you don't know, you need to pick up a history book, because that's how these viruses work. There's going to be spikes if we do not put a cap on this virus, because it will continue to mutate. We got Delta, now we got Gamma, now we got
a couple other ones too. There was one today I read an article about, it didn't even really have a name besides some letters and numbers.
Okay.
1, 2, 6, 4. I don't even know.
Okay. They over here going to take over the yard at one point. Every single chapter is about to come out. Delta, Sigma, all of it. It's just what is happening, because we can't get a cap on this. There's going to be continued mutations if we do not take safe measures. So for everybody listening, trust me, I am over the mask, tired of it. And trust me, it's summertime. I'm still trying to have this hot girl summer until the end of September, pushing it to the end of September. And when I tell you that I am masked up, still wearing my shield, sanitizer is still in my purse and on me at all times, that is how I am protecting myself. And I just ask everybody to do the same. I don't know what your views are on vaccines and whatever the case may be. But listen, we are in a global pandemic. This is
okay, but here's the tea though, sis, because even if you're anti-vax, at least wear a mask.
At least
the problem is half the people that are anti-vax are also anti-mask.
Yeah.
So when you go out, you're risking the lives of other people. I promise you, masks work.
We have to do something. We have to do something. And that's what I was just really getting at. Like, I don't know what your views are on all these things, but if you're not getting that vaccine, please at least wear a mask or stay in your home. Stop coming outside of your house and go into public spaces without any protection on, because it may not be you that's spreading it. But listen, we don't know how to control this thing at this moment. So you can't just walk around. Yeah, you can't just walk around willy-nilly like I'm not listening. And stop with all the extra remedies and all. No,
the conspiracy theories.
I need for just people, whoever is listening, just people, please understand we are still in a pandemic. even though you are vaccinated, does not mean that you will not pick up COVID and pass it or have symptoms. So you are not invincible by having the vaccine. Please practice safe measures. Continue to wash your hands.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. For anybody that's listening, if you're on the fence about the vaccine, I've seen a lot of anti-vaxxers say, oh, well, what's the point of getting the vaccine if I can still get COVID? The difference is if you still get COVID, the chances of you dying and the chances of you being hospitalized and put on breathing machines is very slim. So even if you do still contract COVID, it'll instead, when you're vaccinated, act like a regular cold. Mm-hmm. I think that's major when there's people on ventilators and people that have died and in their last moments not been able to gasp for breath because they cannot get a ventilator. So anybody that is using this argument as, oh, well, I can still get COVID, so I'm just not going to get the vaccine. Okay, well, do you want to recover from COVID in your house? Or do you want to recover from COVID in a hospital where nobody can visit you because you're dying?
Okay. Because
you just decided not to get the vaccine. I mean, for me, it was a simple choice. Very simple, very easy. And you know what? For anybody that's on the fence about anything, because I, especially being a Black woman and being a Black birth worker, where I've seen the disparities in the healthcare community, especially towards Black people, I had to take initiative to do my own research. I had to do a lot of research that I didn't want to do. That's not what I want to do for fun, is look up statistics and history and science shit that I don't really even understand, but I understand that this is my health and this is my body, and I'm not going to obviously put anything foreign into my body without understanding the science behind it. So yes, it's going to take you a moment from watching Bravo and scrolling Instagram to actually do your research. But once you do, you will understand what this is and what this vaccine can mean for a society as a whole. Literally, the whole world has been affected by this virus. The whole world. So I encourage anybody that's on the fence to, instead of saying, I don't believe it, and just watching a couple videos on Instagram and TikTok, actually go read some scholarly articles about, number one, the science of vaccines. Mm-hmm. Do some research on the way that different vaccines work, whether they're vaccines that alter your DNA or if they're vaccines that are done more traditionally. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I just did some research because living in a third world country, I was put in that position where I had to.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that vaccines like Pfizer were even going to be available to me. So just do your research, just do some reading and look at the benefits. And it's also amazing to see the response of people here in Ecuador and people around the world in other countries where they didn't think this would be available to them. And then the anti-vaxxers back in the States. Like, y'all really don't know how good you have it, because people in my community didn't even think this would be available. When I moved to Ecuador, my landlord told me he thought it would be 13 years statistically until everybody, including him, could get the vaccine.
Wow.
And so for me and him and so many other people in my community to be able to get Pfizer at that is a miracle.
Yeah.
So just do your vaccine and also check your privilege.
Check your privilege.
You can go in the States any fucking where. You can go to CVS. You can go to a Walgreens. You can go to a local convention center. Anywhere and get that vaccine for free. And there are people in third world countries that have to bribe. I didn't have to bribe. Luckily, they're free here too. Mm-hmm. But
it's happening around the world. It's happening around the world, like for sure. If you just understand just the basics of what a virus is. But
they don't, sis.
They don't. But if you go into that good old Google search engine and you type in virus definition or what a virus is and just understand what that is, y'all wouldn't just be walking around here with no protection at all. So that right there is where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to.
I'm going to say one last thing.
Go ahead.
Anybody ever think you coming to one of my trips, one of my holidays, vacations, if you don't have the vaccine, number one, you're not going to be around me and my vaccinated folks. But number two, you're limiting yourself. I see so many Black people. I'm not even being personal here. So many Black people that are like, yeah, getting them passport stamps, traveling. You're going to be limited, babe.
Yep.
You're going to be severely limited on what your travels entail and how many passport stamps you can gain. Because other countries, again, because this is a global problem, other countries are not with the shit.
They're not with it. They're not with it at all. And the thing is, y'all are thinking right now, like, oh, I'm not going to get that vaccine right now. And that's fine. You know, I definitely believed the same thing before I started doing my research, and especially because I have other health provisions that I have to be very mindful of. So I definitely wanted to wait until I got more information and got some backing behind the research that's currently out there, until I got to a place where I was comfortable enough to do so. But I had to think of not just the now, but obviously later. In 5 years, where do I want to be going? In 3 years, where am I trying to visit? I got friends that are turning 30 this year, next year, and the year after that. We're trying to make moves out here. We're trying to make moves out here and have no limits. I can promise you, sweetheart, if you do not have that vaccination, you will not be able to enter that country in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 years from now. You think it's just a now thing? It's not a now thing. These countries, some of these countries still have provisions for you to make sure you get this shot. Every time I go to Nigeria,
but that's not new. Exactly. That's not new.
It's not new.
If you've ever traveled before, you've had to get medications to go to different countries. That's just part of traveling. I've gotten plenty of vaccines and medications ahead of time. That's just part of it. So for y'all to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to get the COVID. So you never wanted to go to Africa before 2020? Because you would have had to get some vaccines to go there.
You sure do. And you get your malaria pills, get all of it. And all of these things are preventatory measures so that you can have a luxury experience in that country without getting sick because you got a mosquito bite, without getting sick because you drank some water that's not your regular essentials. Okay.
Child, I was in a Riyadh in Morocco with a white couple that didn't get their shit and they was sick as hell. We literally had to listen to this man violently throwing up all hours of the morning because he wanted to get street meat. I didn't think that he should protect himself before he came to the country.
No, ain't nothing wrong with street meat, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with street meat at all. And it's a preference thing, whatever, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with the street food at all, okay?
That's the best meat.
Okay, you will find me at the cart. Find me there. But trust and believe I'm not eating anything in any other country when I know for a fact there's other, unfortunately, pesticides and other things that are being used to preserve their foods as compared to the foods that I'm eating every single day in the US. So trust and believe, if I need to take this pill to make sure that my stomach can handle what I want to eat, because I know I like to eat, I'm going to make sure I follow those provisions. So y'all, again, if just giving you perspective, this is not just a now thing, and this is not just a new thing. A pandemic is nothing new. Pick up a textbook, baby. Every 100 years, this thing has happened, and we have been in 4 years of panic before, and we're reaching year 2. We're reaching year 2 with this pandemic, and y'all don't even notice that we're still in it. We are in it. 2 years, baby.
And I feel like this one could last longer than the last pandemic because now we have technology. So now for every person that we have that's validating the science, we have 5 people that are trying to invalidate it when they have no credentials. I promise y'all, science is not fake.
It's not.
Science is very real.
It's not fake.
You just take a moment to just read into the science. I know it's overwhelming. You can go and take a college course at any community college in your area and maybe learn a little more. Literally, you don't even have to be a full-time student. Just go take a science course.
You don't even have to do all that. Listen, the resources that we have because of that technology is ridiculous. Like, I remember when this stuff was definitely still happening and around the country, I was on Clubhouse, y'all. Now, Clubhouse is no longer in beta mode. Anybody can download Clubhouse. Shout out to y'all. Congratulations to all the Clubhouse producers. That's amazing. But when I tell you, I was just listening to conversations on Clubhouse about pandemic, about the vaccine, and hearing perspective, not just from Americans, but hearing perspectives from all these other countries as well that are working together to create the vaccine. Because it's not just one country that came up with the vaccine and is distributing it. There are all these scientists around the world that have put together this thing. So when I was like tuning in, I wanted to hear the perspective of also other countries that plan on using this vaccine. And also, other countries were using the vaccine before the US got it. So please remember that.
Technology is amazing. You can really reach, oceans and seas all over the world of people and their perspectives, professionals, people that you think that you would never come across in your everyday life. You can really meet so many people and just connect with them and learn their experiences and their expertise. And I just advise everybody that's listening, all of our cousins, to not be so adamant on not doing something because of anything. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, whether you are 100% for or 100% against the vaccine, I encourage you to do your own research.
Yeah.
That's literally what I do as a career as a birth worker. Whether you are 100% induction or you're 100% home birth, I don't care. I want you to just feel empowered in making your own decisions, and I want you to be informed in making your own decisions. I don't want you to go into anything blindly, and I want you to have full autonomy over your body and your health.
And that's
so.
And
the only thing that I'm finding is with the anti-vaxxers, they are less educated.
Yeah.
On the whole thing. Yep. And the people that I'm finding that are vaxxed have actually done research for themselves. So it's like, come on, baby. Y'all gotta step it up.
Get your CMOS in your system. That's fine, but that's not the only thing that you need to get into your system.
Exactly.
Like,
facts.
Just
CMOS with science, does not cure coronavirus.
CMOS does not cure coronavirus. It does not. Even if you don't believe in science right now, it's hard for me to listen to those folks that are like, oh, I don't believe in science. I don't believe in the vaccine, but y'all are eating all types of this different crap all the day, all day. Y'all eating McDonald's, putting that into your system, but you worried about a vaccine. The other issue for me is like, y'all want to talk about the vaccine and y'all want to talk about science, but these are also people that are so excited to go to Mars and so excited to be going to the moon.
Who do you think is going to be spearheading that campaign?
Okay.
Literal scientists.
Okay. The scientists.
I have to say, if you've ever eaten a chicken nugget, you believe in science.
Okay. From McDonald's, especially.
Unless you cook them chicken nuggets yourself with some chicken breast that you cut up and breaded and fried yourself, you have eaten science.
And still be careful, because if you even cut the chicken and all that other stuff, did you feed that chicken? Do you know what was going inside of that chicken before you cut it and made a chicken nugget?
Did you believe in that chicken from birth?
If you ain't raise it, you believe in science.
Okay.
I don't know what is in that syrup, but if you're drinking Mountain Dew and all the different Mountain Dews, the purple, the yellow, the red, the blue, if you're drinking on any of those, don't talk to me about not getting that vaccine. Don't talk to me about not getting that vaccine. And that's all I got to say about that one, because
literally
that is risque business. So for those that care and for those that want to live and have years beyond 2022, okay, please wear a mask. And for those that aren't, tell them to wear a mask. Bring an extra mask with you. Bring the sanitizer. Spray them with Lysol. I don't care. We got to do everything that we can at this moment to put a cap on this thing. Because do y'all want to remain inside? No.
I don't. I'm literally getting ready to move to Europe, where I could fly to Italy for $17 on the weekend if I want. I need y'all to get this shit under control so that I could live my best European life. I've been waiting my whole life for this shit. Okay. And y'all want to go ahead and get the shit shut down. I am tired. I am tired. Wear your mask and get the damn vaccine. Please. I did not work my whole life for this. For shit to be shut down when I get there. Y'all is really pissing me off.
It's bad. Y'all pissing my friend off. Y'all need to get it together. Okay, get it.
Y'all are really pissing me off. Sorry, y'all had to see that side of me. I'm just upset. I've literally been working for this
my whole life. We have been waiting our whole life to be outside shaking our ass in a thong on somebody's yacht. We've been waiting our whole life for this, and we can't even shake our ass on a yacht. We've been waiting.
Wow.
We've been imagining.
And we've been working while we're waiting. That's what really stinks.
Okay.
We work hard.
Let me tell you the manifestations that I had put out there for 2020. And what had happened was everything hit reverse. And I don't know if it was the Chinese calendar that might have just said, nope, what we're doing right now, it's not working. And I'm trying to be outside on a yacht. In a thong.
On a yacht in a thong. Literally, if you're listening and you're anti-vax,
I promise
y'all gonna be stuck wherever the hell y'all at, and we gonna be on a yacht twerking with the rest of the vaccinated crew.
Jagger.
I'm just trying to express how much I believe in the vaccines. And I don't really think that it's going to cause anything crazy for the majority of people. I think, does it have side effects? Yeah. Ibuprofen has side effects. Yeah. Tylenol has side effects. Fucking Claritin has side effects. So that's not really a valid argument to me.
That nugget from McDonald's got side effects.
Okay. Hot sauce has side effects. Bitch, what we talking about?
What are we talking about? Like y'all will try and pull any reasoning out of the hat, but listen, just do something to protect yourself at this time because there is a virus spreading. There's a virus spreading, so do something. Thanks. Signed, a concerned citizen and resident of planet Earth.
And we love y'all. Get that vax and y'all can come twerk on the yacht with us, okay?